Well, once again, dark and early. It's 4 a.m. I've been on the road for a half hour, and I'm getting gas in the MEEP. Why am I getting gas in the MEEP? Because we're taking it to the great Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And not just on a little trip, like 5 hours of driving, 6 hours of driving. We're gonna try to do about 1,000 plus miles. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do 1,000 plus miles of driving in the MEEP, of course, because we could take the van, but if that breaks down, then we gotta tow it back. If the MEEP breaks down, we got a buddy up there that can help us work on it. So we're gonna take the MEEP, and it gets better gas mileage. It's more comfortable to drive long distances, and I just want to see what it can do because it's the MEEP. So, gonna take some clips here and there of my drive, get the bridge in there for you guys, and this cool stuff we're gonna go see in the UP. We're actually just exploring today before going on a fishing trip for a friend of mine. So, just getting the windows all washed up, putting gas in the car, and we're gonna hit the road again. So stay tuned. Also, I don't know how many miles we're driving because the speedometer still doesn't work, nor does the odometer. And yeah, so we'll pay attention to the gas gauge and pull off when we need fuel. Also, how rude of me to forget. We have Peanut with us, so he's coming along to the UP. He's a little traveler, that's for sure. His buddy, Nutter Butter, has been to the state of Wyoming and back. So, yeah, these little squirrels are getting around. Well, we've done about 90 miles. I was going to show you the wonderful sunrise we're having, but my window is so dirty with paint and bugs that you can't see out of it. So we're just heading along right now. It's getting light out at 6 a.m. So technically been on the road for about 2 hours with the fuel stop. Says we have 250 miles to empty tank, but that's assuming as the car is idling, since like I said, we don't have a working speedometer in the car other than this GPS speedometer I have for a motorcycle that is working actually quite well. Yeah, so we'll probably keep running another half hour or so, stop for a bathroom break. I bought these miniature muffins at the gas station. They're not very good. I've only eaten 2, and it's about all I'm gonna eat. I'll probably feed them to the squirrels or something. Yeah, hopefully I can get you a better picture or a view of the sunrise when we get off the highway. So let's keep on moving north. Ooh, rest area. Do I have to go? No, I don't. Let's just keep going. Welcome to Lake City, Michigan. That's a lake. I think I don't know what it's called, but it's a lake. And I don't know why the camera is trying to focus on all the bugs and crap on the window, but I already washed it, so. Yep, we're just moving on across the state. Really wish I could capture the sunrise. I'd use the sunroof, but that's taped shut because of our wonderful leak. Oh, that's a little better if I zoom out. See, speedometer. I know how fast I'm going. And it wouldn't be a trip without a check engine light. That's just for the speed sensors, I think. And the fact that it's overdue for an oil change. Oh well, we're just gonna send it. Well, I decided to stop for fuel. It's a good thing I did. Turns out the Mini's fuel gauge is now not reading correctly, so that's awesome. We did 163 miles on 6.3 gallons of fuel, puts us at a little under 26 miles to the gallon. So that means now the gas gauge, when it's reading at 3/4, it's now at half a tank. So I'm gonna have to start going by what the odometer trip thing says and stop when it says 200 miles till empty, or maybe 150 if I want to push it. I still had 7 gallons of fuel in the tank, but kind of sad now that my gas gauge isn't working, because that was really the only thing other than the temp sensor that works in this car correctly, and the tachometer. So we're in Grayling, Higgins Lake area now, just leaving the gas station, and we got about another 90 miles to the bridge. and then another 4.5, 5 hours to Copper Harbor. So let's get this beast fired up and get out of here. Well, we are officially in Gaylord, Michigan. I missed the sign for it, but it is the 45th parallel. We are halfway between the North Pole and the equator. Also, if you guys are getting motion sickness from my camera, I apologize. I can't get my GoPro to work, so it would even itself out. But we are just passing a little tiny museum called Call of the Wild. Look it up online. I'll put a picture here of it. My aunt used to live up here for a few years. Unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but whenever I'd come up this way, I'd go visit her. It's a kind of a cool area, kind of a small town, but it's a good time. The weather is nicely warming up outside. It's about 60 degrees now, the sun is out, and we're making decent time. Lots of construction up here, crazy enough, the time of year. So we got about another hour to the bridge if there's no more construction. So I will pick you guys up when we get to the Mighty Mac. Well, it wouldn't be Michigan without road construction, and we've had that for the past 20 miles, so that's been awesome. So it slowed us down a bit, but we are finally getting to the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah, beautiful weather up here right now. I cannot complain. Wish the roads were a little smoother, but that's why there's road construction right now. I got us jumping from one side of the highway to the other, driving in half a lane and half a new paved lane, so it's all pretty awesome. So yeah, we're going to, I can see the bridge from here, which we're a couple miles out from it, but yeah, let's get across the bridge and see if we can't take some cool photos. So much for a nice video. Normally it takes like 3 to 5 minutes to cross the Mackinac Bridge. It's been over 10 minutes and we're finally across the darn thing. They're constantly working on the bridge. They say by the time they're done painting one side of the bridge, they have to go, or by the time they paint from one side to the other, they gotta start again because the paint's already worn. So it's a long bridge, it's about 5 miles long. It's pretty cool. I like driving across it. I know people that absolutely hate it, but yeah. So much for a nice scenic video. Maybe on the way back through we can get a better video since we'll be heading south. We'll have the lake on our side that we can see instead of all these vehicles in front of us. But not holding my breath. Just waiting on this giant line of cars up here in front of me so we can go pay the toll. I think it's like $4 or $5 now to cross the bridge. And we are going to try to stop down a road and get a picture of the bridge in the background and continue on our way to Copper Harbor, which is, I believe, another 5 hours to go. It is currently a time, I think it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, which I was hoping to be here by 8, so we're about an hour behind schedule. And unfortunately, Mechanical Misfit from Instagram is unable to meet up with us today since he had some family things he had to take care of on the farm. So yeah, we're unfortunately going to miss him today, but should still make for a pretty decent day of traveling and seeing some sights. More soon.
Hello there.
Good morning.
Morning to you, boss. $4. How you doing?
Good. Any dinosaurs up here today?
Yeah, you should see me before coffee.
right. You're about like me then.
Hell yeah. Have a good one.
You
my
too.
man.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
You too. Thanks. All right, we are going to stop here at the Michigan Welcome Center, use the restroom. Hopefully it's actually open, and sit down for a minute, stretch our legs. Just look at the beauty up here. I'm driving literally right along Lake Michigan. It's so nice. It's really fun driving this stretch of highway during the winter time when all that snow and ice is blowing on the road. It makes for an interesting drive, but it is really pretty. I don't believe it, but I have to, I guess. We're in Nobbin already. You know, as a kid, you know, it always seemed like it took forever to get to Nobbin from the bridge. But yeah, we're already here in Nobbin. We got to keep going to 77, I believe, is the road we're going to take. You can also take 117 north up into Lake Newberry, but we're going to take 77 up into Seney. Oh, there's the Snowmobile Museum. I've been there before. It's a good time. If you're ever up here, definitely stop in. It's some pretty cool stuff. That's a weird looking car. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on shooting west. Get to 77, hopefully here in another half hour, 45 minutes. Head north and stop in Seney for some fuel and keep on our adventure. Really was hoping there'd be more turnouts I could do on the south side here for you guys so I could show you the lake and how beautiful it is. Hopefully on our way back we got time to stop at some places. Still unsure of my itinerary for heading back. So yeah, more soon. Not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but the one thing I love about the Upper Peninsula is these roads are like a weird red color. If anybody knows why the roads in the Upper Peninsula are red, let me know. I think it's something to do with the temperature, and it doesn't crack up as bad as normal, you know, concrete or whatever. But we are about 17 miles outside of Seney. We're heading north towards Seney right now. We're gonna go up there, get some fuel, and keep heading to the west. I wonder if Oswald's Bear Ranch is open today. That'd be kind of a cool place to stop at. Well, I'm in a town called Gernfask. Never heard of this place before. Sounds German or something. Well, I am driving a Mini. It's English, built by Germans, so that counts, right? It's kind of a cool little town. Found a roadside park I was going to stop at, but decided against it since it was not very roadside parky. Man, this is like some towns I've been through already. You blink and you're already through it. But we should be to Seney shortly to get fuel and do some exploring, hopefully. Well, the good news is Peanut is still doing great. He's getting a little tired, but just hanging out on the cooler, keeping my drinks safe. I probably should have put ice in the cooler this morning if I was thinking. But all I got is a Celsius Blue Raspberry and some Faygo Rockin' Rye in there. So, yeah. Oh, my back's starting to hurt. I should have bought a patio chair cushion for this car, for the seat. I'm already sitting on one for like the backrest portion. We bought that on the rally. But the rest of the seat's fine. Mostly. Really need to get a new seat cover because I ripped the one out of here because it smelled bad because of all the water. But we should be to Seney shortly. I know I keep saying that, but we gotta be there any minute or soon. I'm gonna get a picture next to the sign if I find one. Well, we are now in Christmas, Michigan. as the sign shall tell you right there. And there's Santa Claus over there, hanging out against a building. And the casino also has Santa Claus. But which one is the real Santa Claus? That's the real question. Yeah, the weather's still pretty nice up here. It's in the 60s and not much wind, except for right on the lake. Christmas is actually just west of Munising, so we are heading towards Marquette, I believe, which is the largest city in the Upper Peninsula. And if I'm wrong, I'll be corrected shortly when we get there. So I was right. Marquette is the next town we're coming up on, but I found this really cool scenic outlook, so I pulled out on it. There's a tree and the lake behind me. I do like glass bottom shipwreck tours and things out here, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna go down to the lake for a minute. Also, don't pick the dune grass. Supposedly it's illegal. I've never picked it, but I've heard it's illegal. So, yeah, I'm gonna fall on my butt. Too old for this. Should have worn my different boots out here. Foot's full of sand now. Cool. Oh, feels good out here though. You gotta keep walking in the sand all the way down the hill. Not very smart, am I? Not really. Not very smart. Kind of a big drop off over here. Well, not big, but it's a couple foot drop off to the lake. See? Knowing me, I'd fall in and drown or something. But lots of beach that way. And lots of beach that way. And it's beautiful weather out today. Oh, we got another hour and a half or so till we're up in Copper Harbor. Well, or at least Houghton, Hancock area. Michigan Tech, I believe, is up there. It's the college or something. I didn't go to college. Didn't really feel like it. I did want to become a police officer, and then they all started getting laid off, so I decided it was a bad idea to go to college for law enforcement at the time. Looking back at it, probably should have stuck with it, but you know, I still have fun with what I do now. Also, if anybody finds this video and I died, I'm sorry. This is a very steep hill. I gotta climb. Woo! Okay. Now through the dune grass. There, I found the car again. These roads up here are kind of weird too. They, one style pavement will accentuate my misbalanced tires and the other one will not. But yeah, it's a good thing I wore shorts today. Oh, on I go to drive some more. It's actually going by very fast today, the driving. I'm only doing the speed limit, so very, very interesting. Oh, we have hit a lot of bugs. Haven't had to use the roof lights yet, which is good. But let's keep on moving. Hopefully I can get it in the camera here, but there's Marquette, Michigan. A lot of bugs on my window. Yep, the largest city in the Upper Peninsula. Looks like we're about 103, 102 miles from Houghton, and then another half hour, 40 minutes to Copper Harbor from there. How much coal is this guy rolling? All of it? Like literally he was climbing this hill and I could not see his truck. Good thing it's black. Oh, it's a Volkswagen. Grab a pickup truck. Fancy. Well, I found the rain just north of Marquette. Well, technically we're west of Ishpeming now. Hopefully this clears up so we can get some good pictures and video up in Copper Harbor and hopefully make it to the top of Brockway Mountain today. You know, I've been on the road for 8 hours today and I don't know what it is about driving. You know, I could be driving the crappiest car in the world, but it seems like whenever I go to the UP, it's always something new up here. And for some reason, the older I get, it seems like even though I've been on the road for 8 hours and driving through all these little towns and seeing stuff I've seen before, it just keeps flying by. I really hope time can slow down a little bit. It'd be nice at times, you know. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy, you know. I'm by myself this time. Normally I've got someone with me when I'm up here, and I can just look around while driving and not really have a care in the world, which is kind of awesome. And you know, it's just like time to reflect and think about things. For a second there, I thought my windshield was leaking again. I thought my leg got wet, but it did not. But yeah, it's so nice and quiet up here. Cool scenery. Even though it's spring, the trees are still like multiple different colors because the leaves came out and they got cold again. So hopefully the trees actually survive the springtime. And it's kind of crazy too to see this whole area up here without snow on it. I would snowmobile up here as a kid, and it's just a whole different area without snow on the ground. Even though it's raining, it's still, you know, almost 60 degrees out. It's not horrible. I'm wearing shorts and it's comfortable. So hopefully we can swing off at one of these roadside parks here. I know that there's one coming up somewhere that's got a really cool waterfall I'd like to show you. Really have no itinerary today other than just drive all the way to Copper Harbor, stop in Lake Linden. Hopefully we can find a memorial to the Lady Be Good. I believe it was a B-24 from World War II that crashed in the desert. One of the crew members was from up here, so there's a propeller from it on a memorial. And hopefully get to the top of Rockaway Mountain, you know, so we can see the scenery and, you know, the wonderful view. Some days you can see Isle Royale from there, but I don't think we're going to see it today just because of the rain coming down. So yeah, I'm going to put the phone down and just kind of relax on this drive here and pick you guys up when we find something to stop off at. Alright, so I found the park I was thinking of, the roadside park. It's called Canyon Falls. It's about 12 miles south of L'Anse, which is where we're headed after this. Turns out I thought the time zones jump time in Michigan up here in the UP, and it doesn't, so my whole day is all screwed up. But we're gonna do a walk down to the falls. I think it's like a mile walk or something, and I need to start moving around. Beautiful out here though. No leaves on the not a lot of leaves at least on the trees, but you know, it's still pretty nice, and I need some exercise. I'm just gonna keep walking until I get lost or something, or I find the falls. At least they have some nice markers for me so I don't get lost. And I'm just gonna keep walking on the heavily used part of the trail, which means I should end up where I need to be. Luckily I'm wearing my hiking shoes and not my tennis shoes, so I won't fall on my butt. But if I do, I'll let you know. It's very rocky. Trailhead. Lots. 9 miles. So we're gonna go that way. So pretty. Well, I don't want to go too far down the trail, so that way, oop, that's a step. And here's the falls. So picturesque out here. Honestly, if it was allowed, I think I'd camp out here all night and just listen to the water. It'd be really nice just to hear it. But walk back to the car, keep on heading towards La'Anse and Copper Harbor. And my messed up time schedule. But it is what it is. That's why they always make more time, right? I don't really have any plans other than go fishing tomorrow. So it should be a good time. Well, it's safe to say I found our tree that Bearded Rancher always gets pictures at. So there's the MEEP. There's the tree. We're up here in La'Anse, Michigan, just north of it a little bit. So yeah, I found the tree. The rain seems to be letting off a little bit in some spots, but I'm gonna keep heading up to Copper Harbor. I texted my buddy and I told him I screwed up my time frames, and he said that was fine. So hopefully I can still make it to him tonight at a reasonable time, and then we can go fishing tomorrow, because I haven't been fishing all year. I really am looking forward to it. Oh, the exhaust broke again. It's really rattly and vibraty, so that's a fix for later. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is a college town. They're doing a lot of building right now here in Houghton, Michigan. Hancock is on the other side of the bridge. So there's the Houghton and Hancock Bridge. I'm really glad everybody's in school right now, because I just want to make it through town. Still raining, kind of chilly, but feels good actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's like 49 degrees outside right now, but it's refreshing, so I cannot complain. What a nice little town. My wife's uncle supposedly went to school up here. Such a long drive back in the 80s, you know. Couldn't go faster than 55 in most areas. Now you got 65 and 75 mile an hour speed limits up here. Makes it a lot faster. But we are currently on the way to the Lady Be Good Memorial, which I found out is actually on the City Hall building out here in Lake Linden, so we are headed there now. So up here somewhere is, I think that road, is where Bearded Rancher and I went out to Frida and picked up Thunder Bucket, his 1984 Toyota Tercel. Kind of looks familiar over there. We're up on the hill now, so that was a good time. We might hit Frida on the way, but not exactly 100% sure yet. But we're about 10 minutes away from Lake Linden. All right, so the whole reason we're actually up here in the UP, other than fishing, is there's a memorial to the Lady Be Good bomber from World War II in a town called Lake Linden, where one of the crew members was, or originally grew up at. So I finally found the memorial. It's in front of the old City Hall building, built in 1901. So here's the big old City Hall building. It's also the fire department now too, which is pretty cool. It's not something that you see every day. Here's a little clip for you guys about the plane. So all in all, it's a really cool story. Well, kind of a sad story, but it's interesting how everything panned out. So definitely look it up online. You can get all the information on the Lady Be Good. It's the word B, B-E, not the letter B, good, in Lake Linden. So definitely check it out. I'm gonna go inside the gas station here. They like the MEEP, so I'm gonna give them some stickers, and we are gonna try to head to Brockway Mountain before it gets too late. Well, unfortunately the weather is not on our side. It is a downpour outside, and trying to go to Brockway Mountain to get to the top of it is not a problem, but getting on the top and getting soaked, I don't feel like doing that today. So
I actually got a message from Mechanical Misfit to pop over to his house since he wasn't at work. So I'm gonna go over to his place for a little bit and say hi to him, see how he's doing. And then I'm gonna head south some more to the Michigami Reservoir for fishing. I'm gonna go back to Broadway Mountain one of these days for sure. I just, right now with the heavy rain coming down, I don't feel like getting soaked going up there. Just a couple other spots we can hit on the way down to the reservoir that we can check out. So we're gonna go do that. Let's try to stay dry. I need you guys to answer this question for me. If you're on a road trip, do you ever just like forget to do things like eat? I've been on the road for going on 11 hours now. All I've had was a Celsius energy drink, a can of Arnold Palmer, 4 miniature muffins, and a small can of Pringles. And I'm not even hungry. I'm just having fun enjoying the back roads of America and the UP. So yeah, let me know down in the word spot if you guys are on road trips and forget to eat. I forgot to drink before, and I got dehydrated pretty badly. I do not recommend. Alright, for those of you that are not familiar with Copper Harbor and northern Michigan, they did a lot of copper and ore mining up here. So this is in Calumet on our way back down to Houghton. And yeah, lots of mine shafts and processing plants and other things like that to check out up here. A bunch of abandoned ruins and things and cool old buildings, that were built during that time. Also, the roof is leaking again, so that's cool. Bridge that I meant to show you earlier that separates Houghton and Hancock. Still a cool bridge. I gotta head south. It's alright, people. I got to get over. I definitely look like a tourist in this town because I don't know where the heck I'm going. Whee! Over now. Alright, so we're going to do that.
Turn right, stay on US 41 South. Then use the left 2 lanes and turn left to stay on US 41 South.
Thank you, GPS. Because I don't know where I'm at. But yeah.
Left 2 lanes and turn left to stay on US 41 South.
Wow, this is very confusing.
Continue on US 41 South for 45 miles.
How to confuse Hubert. Give him a GPS and make him try to follow it. I can get lost on a straight road, just as a heads up. But yeah, as you heard, we got 45 miles till we have to make another turn so we can head down to the Michigami Reservoir to go fishing. God, I gotta edit this. It just amazes me. This is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Like, this is a nice road. Clean, clear, grass is mowed. They're even getting fiber optic up here. How is that even possible? Like, I'm accustomed to the UP being, crappy
fiber optic, terrible cell phone reception, all that other stuff. That's what makes the UP the UP, at least to me anyway. But I guess you gotta modernize places every once in a while. Yep. At least the weather is starting to clear up. This should be really interesting going down the 2 tracks with this thing, since we have about that much ground clearance. And it's sloppy. I'll make sure I record our shenanigans and failures for you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more mud on my car from getting pulled out than I am from actually mudding. I just got to protect the radiator and protect the AC condenser, even though that doesn't even work. But we're about 5 minutes away from meeting up with Greg, and we're going to head to the property. Well, so far this is what we're dealing with. Mostly weird gravelly dirt roads, but I'm anticipating it getting worse pretty soon, like 2 tracks down by me. We're moving at a pretty good pace right now, so I cannot complain. Wish I could keep my window clean, but you know, Greg's got a big Jeep, I have a little Jeep. we made it to camp and we found a big hole close to camp. It punched a hole in the oil pan of the MEEP. So here the MEEP sits till we can figure out how to get it out of here. There's a hole about like that. Well, there's the carnage. We punched a hole in the oil pan and cracked it. The condenser's fine, but yep. Minnie's not driving out of here under its own power, but we'll figure it out. Oh, whatever that was got ripped off. I think this is the rock that got the MEEP's oil pan. That's aluminum. Something dragging. Greg, how far are we from camp? So we're about like a ways from camp. So it made it a long ways with no oil. People always have range anxiety with electric cars. We got 19 miles. If I can get this damn thing to zoom. Sorry. Range anxiety, never heard of her. 18 miles till empty tank. We're fine. There's an exit up here somewhere. Peanut passed out from excitement. Well, after 10 hours of driving, the MEEP is home. A little worse for wear, and obviously not running. Under further inspection, I have noticed that the lower radiator support is completely busted out. I have a spare one here that I thought was good, and that's also broken, so we really can't do anything with that. But maybe I can find another one online real quick. But yeah, kind of sad that the MEEP is currently broken down. You know, I always said when the MEEP died, I was gonna do something with it, but it didn't really die. I killed it. At least I feel like I did anyway, because I was the one driving it. Didn't see that rock that I hit that took out the engine, and I think it still needs to live. What do you guys think? Should we find a junkyard motor and get this thing running again and just keep driving it? Should we part it out, scrap it? What do we do? Let me know what you guys think down in the word spot. I got some ideas rambling around in my head. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the fate of the MEEP.